And it's a big month for video games, as it tends to be nowadays, with every single thing coming out every single day. And of course, by that I mean the greatest game of all time, Redfall. But if you're listening to this at this point, you already know that I'm talking utter shite. Instead, there are things coming out and things that you may be interested in. So we do have the venerable Matt. I forgot to add adjectives. I was too excited about King Charles. Oh, that's heartbreaking.
King
To go
Charles,
through.
Redfall. It's all
Also,
happening.
did you actually introduce Harvard?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I love it.
You
Yeah, I
did?
said hello to Harvard. Yeah.
I thought
we
he
got
just
Matt to give some
skipped
games
right
out.
over you.
No, it's okay. I'm used to that.
No, would never. Matt, what's coming out this month?
Stuff.
I love stuff.
It's not helpful.
Stuff.
It's one of the least helpful things you've ever told me.
So yeah, even though it is a shorter month for this podcast because we did record it a bit later, there is still a lot of stuff happening, which is cool. Let's go through it, shall we? We'll start with the PlayStation 5, which is the Sony console, I guess. We start with on May 8. We've got Weird West Definitive Edition coming out, which is like a action RPG.
It's a great game.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
really,
I've
really
never
good.
played it. Cool. That's cool. That's happening. Also on May 9, so one day later, we've got Ys 9, Monstrum Nox, the PlayStation 5 version comes out. Now that's a pretty good game. If you haven't played it yet, there's an excuse to do so. It's out on your PlayStation 5. On May 11, we've got TT Isle of Man, Ride on the Edge 3. If you like your motorbike vroom vrooms, then I've heard that this series isn't so bad. So yeah,
It's very simmy rather than like an actiony racing game. It's very cool.
Oh, so that's the kind of one where you start to try to drive and then just fall over, which is what I do every time I try a motorbike sim. I just fall over. Every time I hit a curve, I fall over. That's basically my motorbike sim experience.
It checks out.
Yeah. So on May 11, we've got Fuga, Melodies of Steel 2 coming out.
Hell yeah.
Now, the original
That'd be good.
Fuga was a pretty spectacular game that almost nobody played, unfortunately. But it's one of those ones that kind of word of mouth has kept going as this, it's kind of this game you need to play, and it landed on Game Pass, and I think that actually did it a favor.
That's the reason why. Yeah.
Yeah, it got some
That's the
people to
reason why I
play
played
it. So I feel like the sequel, which is this one, will do pretty decently for itself. It's finally got a bit of a reputation, and it is definitely a passion project by the developers. It's CyberConnect 2. Is that the name of the developer? CyberConnect something or other. Yeah.
Because they also made the Dragon Ball Z games. That
Yeah,
came out
yeah, they do
recently
it.
too.
They do an awful lot of licensed anime stuff, and then they've gone and created this kind of little series as a passion project on the side, and it is very, it's very smart, it's very artful, it's very intelligent. It's a turn-based RPG thing, and it's really, really good. Very intense, quite dark. Will challenge your soul and mind, but it is very much worth playing, and I'm expecting the sequel would do the same thing. So there you go. That is May 11. It also comes out on Game Pass. So if you happen to have Game Pass, then you can play it out of the box for part of your subscription. On May 11 as well, we've got Midnight Suns Bloodstorm, which is apparently a pretty substantial DLC update to what was pretty good. The best Marvel's been in a very long time, as far as I'm concerned. The XCOM developer Firaxis made it. It's a strategy RPG thing. And yeah, the base game is very good. So if you've got that, or if you haven't played that yet, play that and then play the DLC. Bonus. On May 16, we've got Lego 2K Drive, which I am really quite keen for, and I don't know why, but I am. It's gonna be good, I think.
The name is so horrible though.
I know.
It's great.
When it was leaked, I thought the 2K Drive was just like a working title, and then it's like the next day it was revealed as Lego 2K Drive, and I'm like, why? Like they could have used Lego Racers or like an existing brand, but instead they attached themselves to 2K, which is only about microtransactions. So fun.
Well, I'm pretty sure the game will be as well because this is a 2K game. Yeah, it is. It is actually by 2K Games. I guess that's the licensing reason, or the branding reason that they've done that and named it that way. But nonetheless, I am looking forward to it because Lego and racing sounds like a thing that should work. Fingers
They're also
crossed.
channeling a little bit of Diddy Kong Racing with like the transformation stuff, which I'm all for.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'll play it. That is for sure. On May 16, we've got Tin Hearts coming out, which is already out, I think, on Switch and stuff. But it's coming out to PlayStation 5, and it looks like a charming little puzzle adventure game, I think, with toy soldiers and all kinds of yeah. It looks cute and charming, and it kind of stands out on that basis. That's why I've mentioned it here. Yeah, that comes out on May 16. Also on May 16, we've got Humanity, which is a odd-looking little Lemmings-like game, I think, is the best way to describe it. It looks interesting. I don't know if it'll be good yet. I'll have to wait and see, but it does look interesting. So there you go. On May 19, the game for Alan this month, no doubt, Truck Driver Premium Edition. We all know Alan likes his trucks.
I do. I love trucks. You know what? When I think about driving my truck, I just get all hot and heavy. I just love driving my truck down the bloody roads of Bendigo.
It's Alan's fan service, is Truck Driver.
Yeah, I put truck nuts and everything.
What else we got?
Mate.
Monster Menu, The Scavenger's Cookbook comes out on May 23. Don't know much about that. It's a survival simulation RPG where you cook stuff, and it's very anime. It's been published by Nippon. It's been published by Nippon Ichi, and I don't even know anything about it. So that is going to fly right under the radar. That one.
You know the bit from The Simpsons where Homer's like getting the cursed monkey paw, and he's like, the monkey paw is cursed. That's bad. But you also get a free frozen yogurt. That's good. I just had the exact same reaction to that game as soon as you were like, it's a monster survival like cooking game. I was like, that sounds good. It's anime.
But it's also very anime. That's bad. It looks interesting. That's good. That's made by Nippon Ichi. That's bad.
On May 23, we've got Star Trek Resurgence, which is a narrative adventure game featuring dialogue choices, relationship building, and exploration, alongside dialogue-driven role-playing and rich branching storylines. You will also engage with the Star Trek universe in a variety of other gameplay styles, including shuttle piloting, phaser fights, tricorder scanning, stealth, and micro gameplay mechanics. Who knows? Who knows if that's going to be good? Star Trek has a patchy history with video games, to say the least. But when they're good, they tend to be really good.
The absolute worst.
Yeah. When they're good, they tend to be really, really good. So fingers crossed. If it's good, I will definitely enjoy it. Then we've got Warhammer 40k Bolt Gun coming out on May 23.
Yeah,
which is
that's going to be cool.
A classic, frenetic first-person shooter gameplay with the stylish visuals of your favorite 90s retro shooters. So what? It's like
it's a boomer
Warhammer
shooter.
Doom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's Doomhammer. Yeah.
Ooh, that suddenly intrigues me a lot more. Yeah.
Warhammer's another one of those franchises where you have no idea how good the game is going to be. You also have no idea what the game is going to be like.
Yeah, that could be anything. But yeah, Doomhammer sounds good to me. I'll definitely play that.
Yeah.
Does that multiplayer? We'll play it together, Alan.
I don't know if it is multiplayer, but it sounds like it should have a Doom style multiplayer. It would have to, surely.
Yeah.
You can't make a Doom game and not have Doom. Like fucking Dusk, for example, having the sickest multiplayer for a Quake
Yeah, you need to have it.
It's
essential. I haven't played Dusk.
Oh, you'd love it.
I'm sure.
Everything needs to be like Unreal Tournament 2014. I mean, 2004. Wow.
Oh, time has passed.
You know, or 2000 and UT 2000. What was the gold edition? Whatever it was. The one before 2004. All I know is they were the good days.
The good
We
old
were
Xenoblade
old.
days.
Summit 2.
We're old.
Yeah, we're talking about
Yeah.
a game that came out like 30 years ago on the games of the month. Be quiet, Trent. We're going through the modern games, new stuff coming out.
Be quiet, Trent.
There's never new
on
stuff coming out. We only play
on
the old
May
games.
25, Lord of the Rings Gollum apparently comes out. It's only been delayed like 72 times already. It'll probably be delayed again,
so
but
sorry.
in theory, it's coming out this month. And
Who is that for?
I don't know. People like Lord of the Rings. People like Gollum. People
No.
are like stealth RPGs.
You play as Gollum?
Who cares?
You play as Gollum.
Yes.
Is it like
It's
Gollum
an-
the game?
It's an RPG, stealth RPG. You need to like sneaking around and eat fish, I guess.
I've
Find
never
a
seen
ring.
anyone
There's
who
true.
watched the Lord of the Rings movies or read the books and was like, you know who I really want to be?
This
You know
little
what,
fuck
Matt,
shithead.
your description of that game made it unironically fun. Like you just crawl around and eat fish. Like imagine like a survival game where it's just you just have to eat fish to make Gollum.
Well, has Nippon Ichi got a game for you?
Moving
Got all
on.
license games this month.
If you like really terrible dialogue, Forspoken in Tanto Retrust is a DLC that's coming out on May 26th.
I feel like everyone
Can't
needs
imagine-
to apologize to Forspoken because of how bad Redfall was. This Redfall dialogue is so much worse, and that game is just
Yeah.
also worse. So no one's paying attention to it.
It's like Forspoken
Oh.
is suddenly not so bad because Redfall happened. I still
Yeah.
don't think anybody's going to play that because I can't imagine anybody is still a fan of Forspoken. But there you go. If you happen to be that one Forspoken fan out there that can't get enough of that high quality dialogue, then you've got DLC coming. Yay.
You have to
So that
respect
happened.
releasing DLC on a game that has like mediocre reception because the
Well,
developers
they've
can
already
certainly
made
have
it, so
been
they
like,
might as well throw it out there.
hmm.
You know, that's the
I
thing.
mean, it's like how they did Babylon's Fall, and like they had like the 3 seasons of a game that had one player, and it was Matt.
Yeah, it was Matt and New Zealand Matt. We actually played it
It was the
together. And that.
Matts
We were
combined.
we were literally the only people on the game. Yeah,
I was
Poor
trying to join in
game.
with you on that as well, and then
you were. You
we
missed
just
out.
never
It was
did
actually
because the servers wouldn't let me play with you. That was the reason why.
it was actually decent fun.
Because
like in
I'm in a
multiplayer.
different country.
Yeah,
You told me
Yeah,
to,
if you
you told me to piss off.
if you could get a group together and just kind of ignore all this shit, then there was potential there. It could have been a good game. They just ruined it. Anyway, moving on.
It's the exact same thing I said about Redfall.
Company of Heroes 3 console edition happens on PlayStation 5 on May
Ooh.
30. So there you go. It's back.
It's
The
fun.
strategy, the World War thingy strategy game.
In
On the
Pog
same day, if you don't like shooting dudes, you got Super Mega Baseball 4 coming out, which I'm very much looking
form.
forward to,
Yes.
even though it's now an EA game, which disappoints me. But
That series rocks. It's the
I
best.
want to
series.
believe that since being acquired, the developers are still good. So Super Mega Baseball 4, that will be fun. I hope. Just not too much EA, please. And that's it for PlayStation.
Okay.
Moving along, we've got on the Nintendo Switch on May 9, we've got Dokapon Kingdom Connect coming out on May 9. That's a board game, but an RPG style board game, which I've played a little bit of. It's decent. It's decent.
wanna
If you
try
like
it.
your
It's a-
digital.
It looks like a game that you would play with your friends who are already invested in RPGs.
Yeah,
Like, it
if you
doesn't
like
look
your
a game you'd bring out to play with your parents, but like Mario
No,
Party, but
no,
you would
if
bring
you-
it out to like play with your mates who you know are big nerds.
Yeah, if you've got people who like the RPG, and this is a way to kind of do that in a board game multiplayer setting, which is decent. It's decent fun. So far, it may fall over in the weeks ahead or the days ahead as I play it to review, but the early impressions I have of it are quite positive.
Here's just a question. It's a bit of a sidestep. How do you review a party game?
I play it and then write words.
Thank you. That was very helpful. Okay, what else is coming out?
Sorry, Alan. No, I
No,
I
you're mean.
didn't-
It's fine.
I
Just
I
dick.
for the most part, I play them single player and then try to imagine what it'd be like in multiplayer. And then there are times where I will get additional codes and find somebody to play with, when it's that kind of essential to play multiplayer. If there's no single player mode or whatever, I'll try and find somebody to play with. Otherwise, I'll have to wait till post-launch and then play online.
I get what you're saying though, Alan. It's like sometimes it's impossible to tell if a party game is gonna go off or not. Because you play it by yourself, and you're like, these mechanics are trash. And then you put people in the room and it just becomes the best game ever.
Yeah, you got to play
alcohol to it. It becomes the greatest game of all time. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to play a lot of them to kind of figure out whether that is the case when you're playing by yourself. Like there, for the most part, if a multiplayer game is only good in multiplayer, I can still tell even if I'm playing it single player just by kind of experience. But yeah, you're totally right that some games just don't work as single player games. Moving on. And Fugger also comes out on the Switch. If you don't want to play it on Game Pass or buy it on PlayStation, then you can buy it on your Switch as well. It works May 11. Okay, May 11 as well. You got Murderous Muses coming out on Switch, which is like an FMV style game. We've got a review up on digitallydownloaded.net that you can check out. It seems decent. I didn't review it, but if I get a chance, I will definitely play it. It does seem like it'll be good fun. We've got Family Fun Night coming out on Switch on May 12, which is like a bunch of board games. There you go. That's Alan's thing for sure.
Why does that name make me so just apprehensive about it?
No, because I had the exact same reaction. No, exactly. It's the same feeling as going into Target when you're like a 12-year-old and going to the Wii section and seeing just shovelware, and you're like,
That's exactly what this thing is. Play 14 different games from Snakes and Ladders to chess and 4 in a row.
Hell yeah, dude.
4 in a row. Connect 4. That's the greatest game of all time.
Yeah,
So-
it's funny that we can make fun of
got
this,
from it.
but 51 Clubhouse Games also has Connect 4 and it's lit.
Oh, it's great. That's
The
a
best
really
game
good.
I got from like
I've
a
never heard
dumpster
that
box
sentence.
was the Godzilla game on the GameCube, and it was in the dumpster box at like a Target like reject shop kind of vibe. It was great. Like, don't knock these types of games.
I will do
Yeah.
it because I had to only ever get them because my parents were like, "We're not paying 60 Australian dollars for you to jump as an Italian man. You're going to get the game where you don't have fun." And
The
it's
funniest thing
miserable.
is that
There's fun on the
Family-
title, Alan. Of course there's fun.
Family Fun Night.
It is in the title.
Family Fun Night comes out on the exact same day as The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm pretty sure Family Fun Night is going to outsell it. Like,
who's gonna win?
I'm pretty sure
Bold of
Family Fun
Nintendo
Night
to
is definitely
release.
going to outsell it for sure. Yeah, so Zelda happens on May 12th, and there you go. That'll
Someone
be the game.
photoshopped that image from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure of Jotaro approaching Dio. But it's just it's on night at Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a
Uh,
game that people play. Tears of the Kingdom.
This is like
Pretty sure.
when Breath of the Wild came
Talk
out
about
for
Family
the
Fun
Switch. They also released 1-2 Switch on the same day. And when I got my Switch at launch, I got 1-2 Switch because I was an idiot. And I was the only one playing or like trying to get people to play the stupid multiplayer games while everyone else was playing Zelda. It's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. So Zelda, that's a thing. It's happening
That's
on
gonna
May
be
12th.
that'll be a game.
It'll be
I
a
think we
game.
can all like just we can ignore the
Move-
fact that it's obviously just gonna sell a shit ton and like
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be good. Cool.
Moving on.
All right.
So once we've all finished with Zelda, which will only take a day or two, that'll be fine. We'll be done
Yeah,
with it.
Matt,
and then
you
that
won't
period-
get out this. You get off the what's the thing? The Sky Zone or whatever. Basically the new version of like the plateau. You'd be like
Yeah,
stuck
yeah.
with
I
that,
won't get
and
I won't
then-
get past the tutorial. That's for sure. On May 18, so a couple of days after Zelda, you've got Winter's Wish: Spirits of Edo, which is a visual novel by Idea Factory. This one is themed on the Sengoku era, excuse me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that a great deal. Is it Sengoku? No, it's actually
It's
a
so
little bit after
ambitious to
Sengoku.
release a game.
I'm
It's so
looking forward to it a
ambitious to
great
release
deal.
that
and
close.
I was gonna
It
say
looks
like,
pretty. The crossover, I would imagine, with Zelda is not exactly the different audiences that these games are appealing to. So yeah, it'll do fine in that it'll sell the 10 units that it needs to the 10 Otome fans out there. That's the entire audience for these games. And I'm sure this one will do fine. It looks great. The screenshots look gorgeous, and it looks very much like a Idea Factory premium quality visual novel. So that happens on May 18th. We've also got Puzzle Bobble Every Bubble coming out on May 23. If you like your puzzle bobbles.
Yes, this is what I've
Which
been
I
waiting
do.
for.
I do enjoy it a lot. I've always got time
Who
for
does?
Puzzle Wobble. And yeah, the new one comes out on May 23.
Was that game ever called Bubble Bobble at any point?
No, Bubble Bobble's
Yeah.
the platformer.
Oh, what?
Puzzle Bubble's the Buster move.
Yeah. So Puzzle Bobble is the puzzle game. Bubble Bobble is the original, which is a single screen platformer
Oh, but they're the same kind
arcade game.
the same series or the same design?
Same characters.
Same
Same
like
characters.
characters.
The same
Okay.
two little
like-
dinosaurs doing their thing, but very different
It's just like
gameplay styles.
imagine like Mario Kart versus Mario World.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, same characters, just completely different game.
Yeah. Looking through the rest of the month.
Everyone's
much
run
else
away
hap-
from Zelda.
Oh, that's interesting. Kizuna AI or AI. I don't know how you pronounce the AI bit of her name, but that Kizuna character, Touch the Beat, that comes out on Switch. I thought that was a VR only thing.
I could have sworn
But
that came out for
apparently
something else like last month.
Yeah, VR. It's on PlayStation as a VR game, but it's coming out on Switch. So obviously not VR in that case. It's a rhythm game starring the original VTuber, I guess. Is that what people classify her as? The VTuber?
No. Well, yes.
No.
I mean, by
Digital
definition,
celebrity?
yes, that's what she is. But no one calls her a V. It's a weird situation.
Yeah, the original digital celebrity, I guess. After Miku.
I was gonna say that's a real concession there, Matt. For you.
So yeah, whatever she is, she's got a rhythm game and that's coming out on Switch. I will definitely play that because I have a thing for rhythm games with digital celebrities, and yeah, why not? Don't have the PlayStation VR, so I might as well play it on Switch. That comes out on May 25. I'm looking forward to that. And that's it. So let's have a quick look at Xbox, see if anything's happening there. They need something to recover from Redfall, right?
Love that we have a
Um,
month so
full
small that
updates.
Matt goes to Xbox.
Well, it's all kind
It's
of
like shocking.
Zelda.
The amount of disdain that you had in your tone just then.
There's an Amnesia game coming out on Xbox
Oh, the
on May
bunker.
23.
That'll be
The
fun.
bunker.
Amnesia the horror series or Amnesia the Otome series?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not
Which
the
is
visual
also a
novel.
horror series.
The
but-
horror, the horror series. Yeah, the horror series. I didn't know that was happening. So there you go. Oh, here we go.
That'd be good.
Railway Empire 2 comes out on Xbox on May 25. That's the simulation game where you build train networks and the cities grow up around the train networks. So that's pretty good fun. But yeah, other than that, nothing there to save the Xbox from Redfall. That was meant to be their big release for the next month, I guess. That's not going to happen.
I'm gonna try and stop dogging on Redfall for a moment and just say how disappointing that game actually was, because goddamn, it looked cool and the idea was sick.
It looked cool. What? No,
I called it day one, Alan. I said it was going to be terrible. Nobody listened to me. People should learn to listen to me. I'm always right.
It looks like they took a concept of like a great style game and then just like, oh, the Xbox needs like it felt like the B tier game which they developed for Xbox after making, what was the one they made for the PlayStation? Deathloop. So it feels like they made Deathloop and then like, oh, we'll have like, a few developers make this thing for the Xbox, and it's trash. Like
But
that's
wasn't-
how it always looked like.
Wasn't Deathloop extremely good though?
Yes,
It was
Deathloop.
extremely good.
That's what it was
Oh,
on.
it was okay, but like
That's,
it was way better than Red.
That's a
whatever it is.
massively overrated developer, that is, and I'm so glad people are finally realizing that with Redfall.
I like them. You guys take fun.
There is one other game I wanted to. There is one other game I
Oh,
wanted
gosh.
to mention. It comes out actually on June 1, but yeah, that's basically this month. Etrian Odyssey Origins Collection comes out. on
Oh,
Switch,
yeah. Is it
which
1, 2,
is
3, 4?
the three Etrian Odyssey games, I believe.
There's 4 of them though.
Yeah, but this is just the first 3.
Oh.
Remade for Switch. So the original, Etrian Odyssey was a dual screen thing for the DS and then later 3DS. So How that's going to work on the Switch, I don't quite know as yet. But
You have
if
a
they
little like
manage to make
screen
it,
and a screen. It's
yeah, if they manage to make it work all right, then that'll be good because those are very good dungeon crawlers, and I'll definitely be up for a collection of those. So that's June 1.
Do you know
All
if
right.
it's Untold or if it's just the originals?
No idea.
Hmm.
Absolutely zero idea. So I'll find out when I play them, I guess.
If you get an
All right,
anime story, it's Untold.
So there we go. Pick your game of the month. Let's start with Alan. What's your game of the month? You play one.
Probably a cop out. I've already pre-ordered Zelda because I know I'm going to enjoy Zelda.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
cop
it.
out.
That was all I needed to say. I will say though, there's been a game that came out this month that I think everyone should play, and I think is probably even better than any other games that I've seen in a while. It's called Tape to Tape. And imagine Slay the Spire crossed with a 1990s hockey game.
What?
Okay.
So everyone should play Tape to Tape. It's really good.
Okay.
Came out today. Do it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. Please. I bought it this afternoon, played it for like an hour and a half. Was like, this is really good. So play that, everyone. Don't buy Zelda. Play Tape to Tape.
Very good, Alan. We'll do so.
That's
Trent,
the most ridiculous premise I've ever.
Trent,
And you're saying like it's not the
pick a
greatest
game.
idea you've had.
Well, we all know I'm all for Zelda. I've got like the collector's edition pre-ordered. I've got the Switch pre-ordered. But like to pick a game which is like out of the list, which isn't Zelda, even though we all know I'm just going to be playing Zelda, I'm going to go with that Humanities game. Like it looks weird every time I look at the actual gameplay, but when I look at the description of the game, it sounds like it's something to be up my alley. So yeah.
It really does seem weird, like in a good way. I am looking forward to trying it. It could go either way. It could be a terrible thing, but it does look intriguing. I agree. I'm
Gives me
definitely
Eternal
interested in that
Cylinder
game.
vibes.
Gives you what now?
The Eternal Cylinder vibes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
You know
that
what I
game
mean? Like
kind
it's
of,
a bit weird and confusing, and I don't really know what it is, but it's a game.
yeah, and hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harvard.
I'm gonna follow in my pattern of not playing Zelda until way later, and probably play Dokapon Kingdom Connect because I feel like as JRPG fans we are very antisocial. So anything that tries to connect the genre with like other human beings is interesting to me.
Cool. Let's play Harvard. We'll
Yeah,
play multiplayer.
do you know if it has an online?
We'll be social.
Does it have online?
Sorry?
Offline? Do you know if it has
Yeah,
online?
it's all online.
All
It has online. Yeah, online
Cool.
play. Because it's a board game. Be a bit pointless if it didn't have multiplayer, right?
But I find that board games on Switch in local actually works quite well.
Yes,
I've
that's
enjoyed it every
true.
time they've done it.
That is true. But this one also has multiplayer online, so you can definitely play online, which is good. And for me, I will definitely not be playing Zelda at all. I hate Zelda. Zelda's terrible. Boo Zelda. I'm going to give Zelda a 3 out of 5 just to have the fun of dealing with Zelda fans on my website for months and months and months afterwards. Definitely doing that. That is already
Why do you-
locked in stone. 100% that is
Why
what's
don't you do
going to
that to
happen.
yourself?
Well, because I'm a glutton for punishment. I mean, I like Pokemon. I dared to like Pokemon, and now I'm out for revenge. I'm going to not like Zelda.
Or like Tap Tap Revenge.
Yeah, that's
It's an
it.
old.
Could use the traffic boost. No, I'll the game I'm looking forward to the most is just
the way in
Kizuna.
which you just said that.
Kizuna Ai. I'm definitely going to play that one. Because yeah, I like rhythm games, as we all know. Rhythm games are my jam, and especially when they have Miku-like characters, that's a bonus as well. So yeah, that's my pick.
I love that for the first time in like 3 years, we finally get a quiet month. And it's because Zelda comes out, so no one else wants to release a game.
No, you're not.
I'm sure be thankful for Zelda.
That is absolutely not true, Harvard. Family Fun Night comes out.
This is true. That dares to fight amongst
That
the
is
stars.
taking on Zelda face to face.
Matt,
Day,
I
same
dare you
day.
to just review Family Fun Night and like post it as a Zelda review or something and have it like a 10 out of 10 or something. Like just go all in on Family Fun Night.
It's been planned all along. The family fun was inside us all this time.
Yeah, on the same day that there's like 150 reviews on Metacritic for Zelda, there's going to be one review of Family Fun Night, and that's going to be me.
Matt hypes up on Twitter as all like, hey guys, I'm dropping the like latest game review. The embargo's like out tonight. It's gonna be on the website live. And it's like Family Fun Night.